Hello students, today we are going to discuss the topic real depth and apparent depth from the topic ray optics, and in NEET examination as well as in JEE examinations also the question from this topic is been asked. Okay, so let's start with the topic. First of all, I would like to remind you a very simple experiment you would have done in class 9th or 10th somewhere there, that there was a tank like this and a brick is kept over here and water is filled in the tank. Then the position of tank, suppose this is given as H, then position of this brick is somewhere here. The position of the brick seen by any observer from this position is somewhere here, not at the actual position, right? It seems little bit less deeper. It seems little bit less deeper if you see from here. Why that happens? That happens due to the apparent depth. Why? Because we are seeing the apparent depth, not the real depth. That's what we are going to do now. What we will do? We will discuss the relation between real depth and apparent depth. What we will do? We will discuss the relation between the real depth and apparent depth. Okay. So let's start here. Okay. Suppose we have a tank here, something tank like, okay, and in this tank a coin is kept over here. This is a coin. Suppose a coin is kept on this position, okay, and any liquid is filled in this tank. Any liquid is filled in this tank, suppose, and whatever the liquid is filled, the refractive index of that liquid is what? mu2, okay, and refractive index of the rest of the medium is given as, suppose, mu1. And I am saying you that mu2 is greater than mu1. I am writing here mu2 is greater than mu1. Okay, mu2 is greater than mu1. This is what air we have. Let it be air. Okay. Now, suppose take a variable like this. Suppose the depth of this coin is d. Remember, everything will be measured from this upper surface, from the surface. Everything will be measured from the surface. And let the depth of the coin is what? D. Okay. So now draw the ray diagram. Okay. So one ray I am taking as straight, which will pass undeviated. The straight, this perpendicular to the surface, and along the normal, this will pass undeviated. Okay. And another ray I am taking like this. This is the another ray I am assuming here. Draw the perpendicular. This will act as normal, right? And as we are moving from denser to rarer medium, so ray will move away from the normal. So this was supposed to go in this line, but it will move like this. I am removing this one, okay, and put the arrow. That arrow denotes the direction of the motion, the direction in which the ray is moving. Okay. Now, if this is the incident ray, then obviously this will be angle of incidence I. And if this is the reflected ray, that means this is what angle of refraction, that goes for R. Any confusion here? One thing now, from geometry, see this line, see very clearly this one, this and this. Is it Z formation? So from geometry we will have this angle as R. Sorry, I mean this angle will be what? I. This is I, so this is also I. And again this line and this line both are parallel. Okay. Let's see one thing. If anyone will see, observer is watching it from somewhere here, then where the position of this coin will be? What will be the position of this coin? So when we backtrace this ray, so this ray will meet somewhere at this point or not? See, if we backtrace that ray, this will intersect this ray at this point. Any confusion at this point here? Okay, so here they are intersecting. So definitely the image, if this is the coin, so this is what? Image of the coin. This is what? Image of the coin. If we consider it as object, then this is the image of the coin. And observer will not see this object, but what he will see? The observer will see this image and the depth. If we take the depth, at what depth this is? Suppose from surface this is at depth small d dash. Okay, because d I am considering as what? Capital D is actual depth. This is actual depth, and actual, and d dash I am considering what? Apparent. D dash is what? Apparent. Okay. So this is the apparent depth. You can see here now, this is D, actual depth, and this is what? Apparent depth. So this depth will be appear to the observer, not this one. Clear now? Okay. Now see, if this is angle I, so by geometry this is angle I, this one and this line is parallel, and this is angle R, definitely this angle will also be R. In geometry there must be not any confusion. Okay, so by geometry we have this angle is equals to I and this angle is equals to R. Okay, Now apply Snell's law. If we apply Snell's law, first tell me what is Snell's law? Apply Snell's law. So everyone says what? Snell's law, they say sin I by sin r is equals to mu. Yeah, this is true. No confusion. This is true. Very true. But if we use the Snell's law in this format, there are probability to make mistake there. There are probability of being mistake. So I will not use in this format. In what format I will use? See, mu2 now, from where the ray is coming. Take that as mu2 always. From where the ray is coming? Mu2. So this is mu2. Obviously this is incident angle. So mu2 into sin I is equals to where the ray is going? In mu1. Okay. Into, and what is the angle in that medium we have? R. It goes for what? R. See, from mu2 into, in this mu2 what we have angle? I into mu1 into sin R. That we use the Snell's law here. No confusion? Okay. So I am writing it above here. Mu2 into sin I is equals to mu1 into sin R. How we got it? By applying Snell's law. Very good. Now see, as rays are paraaxial. What does it mean? You know this one from the reflection from the mirror, and paraaxial. So paraaxial means angles are very small. So angles are very small, and when this happens, when angle becomes very small, in that case then what we can say? Sin I is nearly equal to sin R. And sin sin I is not R, I'm sorry, is equals to 10I, and sin R is nearly equal to 10R. When angles are very small, then this equation, this relation we can use anywhere. When angles are very small, then we can use this relation. Okay, so just replace this one. Then what I will get here? We will get mu2 into, instead of sin I, can I write 10I here? Mu2 into 10I is equals to mu1 into 10R. That's good. Now what I will do? Now we will replace the value of this tan theta, 10I and 10R from the geometry. So see, from geometry, from the ray diagram, what you say? What we have here? I and R. Check here. Sin theta I. See, sin I. This is perpendicular. This is base. This is angle I. This is angle so perpendicular base. So suppose if I name it here, take it as this is I, suppose M, this is normal N, this is O and I. So we will have from geometry tan theta. From geometry we will have 10I is equals to, this is Mn, what is this, divided by Mo. Any confusion? And what is 10R we have? 10R is equals to, see, this is R, so this is Mn divided by Mi. Any confusion? Replace this value. What I will get now? By replacing this value we will get, see, mu2 into 10I. What is 10I we have? Mn upon Mo. Mn divided by Mo is equals to mu1 into 10R. So mu1 into, what is 10R we have? Mn upon Mi. Can we cancel the Mi here? This Mn can be cancelled from both sides? Yes. So what we got here now? Mu2 into, see, mu2 into 1 by, so let it be mu2 by Mo. What is Mo? Mo, remember, actual depth, that is D, right? Is equals to mu1 divided by Mi. What is Mi? Check here Mi. That is apparent depth, that is D dash. Any confusion here? So from here we can say mu2 by mu1 is equals to, see, D by D dash. D by D dash. This is the result we got. This relation will be used in any question related to real depth and apparent depth. In which format we will use this one? Remember this, that is refractive index of first medium. And what is first medium? First medium means from where the ray is coming. Ray is coming, right? So from where ray is coming? From this medium. Divide by refractive index of second medium. And what is second medium? Where to ray is going, okay, is equals to, see, actual depth divided by apparent depth. Actual depth divided by apparent depth. Any confusion here? So if you remember this statement, then I think any question of real depth and apparent depth related question can be solved very easily. Okay, let's see this topic with an example. We will take an example over here. Okay, I'm writing this one. Remember this statement, this formula, okay, mu2 by mu1. What is mu2? From where the ray is coming. What is mu1? Where to ray is going. Always take mu2 to that medium where ray is coming. Where from the ray is coming, take that medium as mu2, and where to ray is going, take that as mu1, and upon is equals to actual depth divided by apparent depth. Now you can find out that what was our target to derive the relation between what? Actual depth and apparent depth. Okay, so take a question on this topic. Let's see a question. A good question we will take here. Okay, let's see a question from here. Okay, suppose this is a axis. Okay, let it be. I am dividing a medium like this. This is first medium, this is second medium, and this one is third medium. Okay, and an observer is standing here. An observer is seeing from somewhere here. This is the observer, and this distance from observer to this medium, this distance I am taking as what? Let it be, suppose 20 centimeter. This one is what? Let it be 30 centimeter. And an object is kept over here. And object, suppose here I am keeping it. This is object is kept, a coin is kept on this position, a coin. And this is also somewhere 20 centimeter. This is also I am taking as 20 centimeter. Okay. And the question is find the position of image from observer. From observer, the position of image, the question is asking to find. Okay, let's see. One thing we know, the image from, see here we have three. Okay, refractive index also we need. So first medium refractive index, let it be as 1. This is refractive index mu, this is as 1. Here mu is equals to take as 1.5. Here mu equal to 2. Okay, so these three are different mediums, not single medium here. This is another medium, this is another medium, this is also another medium. Okay, na? But always remember the image formed by first surface or first medium always acts as the object for second one. Image formed by first surface acts as the object for second one, and so on. If you have so many surfaces, you keep this rule as it is, and first for the second, first image for the object is for second image formed by second surface will become object for the third one, and so on. It will keep going. Okay, we have 3 here, so we calculate with 3. Okay, so first we need to calculate from here. Suppose the observer is standing somewhere here. Suppose the observer is standing somewhere here. So from this medium where he will see the position of this image. So for first one, okay, from here. I am running this question, you know, already understood the question now. Find the position of image. I will need some space here. That's why. Okay. Okay. Now what we have the formula? We have the formula is what? Mu2 divided by mu1 is equals to d by d dash. What is mu2? Mu2 is the refractive index of the medium from where the ray is coming, and as you can see, or you can say from where the object is kept. So this is mu2 in this case now. That goes for what? 1 divided by what is mu1? As we are seeing here from this medium, see what I said you, image formed by first surface will act as the object for second one. So first we are trying to find out the image position for first surface, not for second one. So basically we are in this medium. Observer is somewhere in this medium. Observer is somewhere in this medium. Okay. So this is the surface. Okay. So mu1, what will become mu1? Mu1 is what? 1.5 goes for equal to d, and see depth. Everything is measured from the surface. So for this, if you forget this system, so for this system we have, this is the surface now. So everything will be measured from this surface. So what is the distance of the object from this surface? Actual depth d, that is 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter divided by d dash. Get the d dash from here, and what I will get d dash? D dash is equals to, solve it, 15 to the 30 centimeter, right? This is the d dash. 30 centimeter from where? 30 centimeter from the surface, not from the observer, but from the surface. As I said you, everything is measured from the surface. So from here we got 30 centimeter, this is 20, and somewhere here 10 centimeter take. So this is the position, this is 10 centimeter. Okay, very good. Now for second surface, see what will happen. Again, same formula will be used, mu2 by mu1. Now here the observer, this becomes what? Mu2 is equals to d by d dash, and see this becomes mu2, that is what? 1.5 divided by mu1. As you are going, now this is the surface, this is the third medium now. So 1.5 by 2 is equals to d. Now everything will be measured from this surface, not this one, not from the observer. Everything will be measured from this surface now. So this is 30 and this is also 30. So it goes for what? Actual depth goes for what? 60. What I said you, image formed by first one will act as the object for second one. So for this one, what is the object distance? That is 60 na, actual depth. So 60 divide 60 centimeter and divide by d dash. Get the value of d dash from here. And d dash is equals to, if 16 to 20, and it goes for what? Remove the decimal, 15 to 3 ja, and 15 3 ja 14, sorry. So this is 15 by 20 and that goes for 60 into 2 by 15, 20 is equals to d dash. Is it clear? 15 4 ja 60, 24 ja 80, and it goes for d dash is equals to 80 centimeter. Now see, this is not the answer, this is not the answer. Why? The question was, what was the question? Ki what is the position of the image for the observer? What is the position of the image for the observer? So 80 centimeter from this surface, get the 80 centimeter, 30, 30, 60, somewhere here 20 centimeter, this is the image position, right? So from the observer, what is the total distance? See, 30, 50, 30, 80, and there goes 20, that is 100 centimeter. So answer is what? 100 centimeter is the distance of final image formed in this arrangement the observer is seeing. Okay, from the observer, what is the distance of final image formed in this arrangement? The distance between the observer and the final image is what? 100 centimeter. Clear? Very good.